Welcome back to Hot Rod Guy Garage, and today we're going to go over some things I found on this Dentside Ford. So stick with me through the intro, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I got this 79 Ford F-150, which is four-wheel drive, in the shop. And I'm going to go over a few things that I've found that I'm really kind of getting sick of seeing on these classic cars, classic trucks, and general automotive repair stuff. This truck just come back from the body shop, so of course there's going to be a few loose ends tied up, but there's a lot of loose ends tied up. So let me flip it around and we'll get into that. So guys, I'm just going to do kind of a little walk around here first. It's real hard for me to film in this lower bay, but it's the only thing I've got where I can actually put this truck inside. It's sitting on 37s with a skyjacker lift and a body lift also, so it's pretty far up there. But this thing just come back from the body shop. But it's pretty fairly presentable old truck. Just, I'm sure the quality is just not the greatest, but it's had a older model bedside put on it here, and I got this original 79 model cap on here, which, you know, hits the screw heads. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be on the outside or the inside, but it's on the inside, and that's not gonna work too well. But this morning I was just kind of looking over things, trying to get a plan together on this truck, and I had looked up in the passenger bedside side marker light and noticed that there was some naked wires in there. Well, I made a short, make sure you check that out, this morning, showing that, saying that people just need to do better. And I wasn't going to make a video on this truck, but I decided to dig a little deeper. I fixed the passenger side marker, I fixed this one, soldered all the wires up and taped them up. I decided to pull the taillights out just for, you know, good measure here. Just check everything. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is not just a fire waiting to happen or anything. And this is why we use weld through primer when we put panels on, guys. You see these horrible booger welds down in here? They already got rust coming through on them. But that's not why it's here. We're not doing no metal work on this truck. But we got lots of poor connections. And I've been up under the dash, and there's a few under there too. And we'll go over them here in a few minutes. But got this tail light out. I'm fixing to pull that tail light out, and let's see what's behind it. Well, I was going to take this tail light out, but because they didn't test fit everything, our tail light is bound up on her bedside. It's going to take something to get it out, so let me jump into that and let me see if I can get this thing popped out here. I want to get some plastic pry tools. Alright, I got that out with my little plastic wedge and some flexing on this bedside. Get some paint runs that were helping hold it in too. But get more ugly stuff in there. But reverse light wires, they were inside this, not connected to this. And these are some of those solder connectors that everybody seems to love. Well, don't look like they work too good there, but as good as a butt connector. And it's got them on this one too. That one's not even, let's see if I can get this thing to focus. This was not even connected in there, guys. You see that? That one is. That one is. That one's not. Moral of the story here is, guys, I am sick of this piss poor quality work that is getting put out by people. I mean, I work at a super discounted rate. I would never let anything go out the door looking like that. Or paint on this. I would not let anything go out the door looking like this. But we're not here to bitch about the paint or complain about it. Just going to show you what I find as I go and how to fix it right. So Yep, we got some taillights to fix, so let's get to that, I guess. So, right way to do it, guys, is to solder your wires together. That's what we're going to do here. Solder heat shrink goes a long ways. If you don't have heat shrink, solder and some good electrical tape goes a super long ways. So let me fix this stuff, and I'll be back here in a minute, and I'll show you it fixed. Well, before going to fixing this stuff, guys, I said some of these were connected, and some of them weren't. None of them's connected. Yeah. I literally pulled all these out by this showing my other buddy that's here to shop with me today. We were talking about these connectors, and he said he had a bunch of them up there, and I told him just to throw them in the garbage, because, yeah, this is going to be more fun than I anticipated. So I may actually skip part of me fixing this stuff in this video and dig a little deeper. I was just kind of going through, fixing one thing at a time as I went, and it's mounting up pretty quickly. Flip it around, and we'll go over a few more things here in just a minute. Yeah, that one slid right off. I figured that one done the same, but I guess it didn't. So, I don't know if y'all can see up there. That bed bolt ain't all the way down. That right there must be loose. Makes me question the other one, so something else I'm gonna have to check. But one other thing I want to show y'all. They didn't even wire brush the frame off. And sure didn't do the inside of it. I just wonder how much that's rust or just actually dirt. I'm gonna say it's probably mostly dirt. It's been covered up because you can tell that spring ain't been cleaned. And none of that frame has. So, oh look. Yep, it surely goes there. And more boogery welds. Yeah. Well, what's that? And bumper bracket on this side's bolted on. The other side don't look like it is. It's got one bolt in it. Looks like the hole lines up where you could put another one in it. Yep, that's high quality. Just welded on there so it can't never be took off. Because the old truck don't look like it was in bad shape when they started. But they sure didn't do it no justice. And that's it, guys. I'm not just picking at this stuff. Yeah. So, I'll just continue this video, just kind of show you things as I see them. So some of it kind of seem random and got to piece together, but you'll kind of get the gist of kind of this quality that I've been seeing and working with here lately. Yep, we sure didn't need to remove them wheel well trim screws before we painted it. I mean, come on. And more POR 15 over dirt and rust. It could have been knocked off with a wire brush, or just maybe rinsed off with some degreaser. Looks like we got a little nasty friend up there somewhere. But like I said, guys, I'm not going to pick apart the paint on it or the bodywork, because some of it's pretty okay, some of it's pretty okay not. Don't know what he paid, don't care what he paid to have this truck painted, but the quality of the work is the issue with this. Everybody doing this kind of stuff, try to do better. And when I say do better, I'm not just pointing a finger. If you do this kind of work, you always strive or need to try to strive to do your next job better than the last job. If you don't, you're messing with the wrong stuff, guys. I built plenty of hacked up stuff myself, but I built it for myself, and I know it's hacked up, and I know I might have to go back in there and fix stuff. But when it's somebody else's car, somebody else's life, and a potential liability for you, especially if it's going through your shop and you're putting out stuff like this thing could have burnt down on the side of the road. Or a wheel could run off because you left one loose. We'll get into that a little further along. But originally this truck was brought to me because the dash lights didn't work and the dome light didn't work. And I was just asked to look it over. And this is where we're at. So the more I look, the more I see. Kind of like a certain red 65 Mustang, huh? Totally different story with this truck. This was not a car flipper special or anything. Just old truck that needed a little love, and God knows it, tried to give it to it, and just got into the wrong hands at the wrong time, I guess. So my soldering iron's heated up. I'm gonna solder this reverse light socket back on the harness, and I'm gonna work on the tail light one next, and then move over there. Like I said, I'm not gonna bore you with watching me do that. Literally just, a little solder. And it'll be done right, and it won't never have a connector fall apart like those. Well, all that crap and bad connections. As you can see, there's no wire in that. There's a piece of wire in that, but none in that. Piece in that one, but none in that one. And all these little solder crimp connectors right there was literally replaced with a piece of solder that was this long and a little 3M tape. And it don't look like a hacked up mess. Yep. Let's tear into it some further. Get them tail lights in there. I just checked them. Tail lights work. Side marker lights work on the back. Front ones aren't working. So I'm going to assume what I'm going to find in there. Well, I got this front marker light pulled out, and this is what we have here. Not quite real sure what they got going on. But more of these solder seal connectors and a big old honking wire. And more butt connectors, and just all the nakedness that's shoved in this hole. Not to mention, lack of prep work. But not only should they not be painting cars, they should not be doing any kind of electrical work. That's for sure. So I'm going to say this again. If you don't know how to do it, ask somebody for help. If you're going to put out quality work like this, don't do it at all. Do us all a favor in this industry and just put your tools down and walk away. So let me get that fixed, and then we'll pull this other side out and see what we got there. And this side actually looks pretty decent, believe that or not. Other than the solder seal connector, but these seem to be attached. I guess why they didn't they didn't take it off when they painted the truck. They also didn't like to sand anything or clean any dirt off. Good job, body shop. Well, I guess let's do a light check and make sure everything I've touched works. And everything I haven't touched still works. So, let's see. Well, passenger side's working. Passenger side marker light, headlight's working. This bedside marker light's working. The tail light is working. No, it don't really look like it, but that one's working. Side marker over here. And this one. Well, that looked really bad on camera. So, let's get in there. And guys, it's not me bashing old whoever done this. Just do better. I won't say that a billion times in this video, but Good God, guys. I'm charging like a quarter of what these guys are charging to put out this crap. So either I'm doing it wrong or maybe I'm not charging enough. So let me see what I got in there. Well, pulled that out. It's got an LED bulb in it. But look at this, guys. I mean, the tape ain't even laid over this stuff. Well, let me diag this and yeah. I'll go through and solder all that stuff up. Now, because I've seen that, even though that one works, I'm going to have to check it. And all doing bad work does, guys, is make it harder for the next person. Doing about double the work, and I'm not going to be able to charge him double the price because of what somebody had done before. And we got bad wiring contact because now we got a bulb. Now I got to figure out how to get in there and turn that off without being able to short this out on the bumper up here. Because naked wires. So I guess at this point, call them off, cut all their twist together, heat shrink, whatever they done, naked wire extravaganza. Get all that stuff soldered together and go from there. And another thing, guys, I went to put it back together with the light on. Kept having some more connection problems. Had one of these little LED bulbs in here. I'm sure y'all seen this. I think Sylvania or Philips sells these. All your major power stores got them. They're junk, guys. I'm fixing to show you why. And this is going to be a good example in a classic car. Replace it with just a standard 1157 bulb. I'm going to show you. So this is side with our standard bulb, like this. See the LED over there? See how bright this one is? See how not bright that one is? Yep. A lot of times, guys, these LEDs, these retrofit LEDs in the factory housing are not as bright as the factory bulbs, factory replacement bulbs. And it's not just an angle, guys. You can see it there. See it there. So, don't waste your money on them high dollar bulbs. Some stuff it might work good in, some stuff it don't. Old cars, not a place for them. So, here's our passenger side wiring. Naked wires. Naked wires. Yep, good job, guys. And like I said, get that LED in there too. That's going to come out. I'm going to put a regular bulb in it. Because as you've seen, there is a brightness difference. Alright, got that side all soldered up and repaired. You see, we got front turn signal side marker lights now. So, call that successful. Alright, now that all the exterior lights work again, we're on the inside now. Got the door open. So, the next thing to look at was the dome light don't work. Let me show you why. Well, here's where our dome light door jamb switch is supposed to go. And it's missing. Well, there's the connector for it. I pulled it out through here just to make sure it wasn't damaged, and it looks okay. Not the best shape. Fortunately, it was missing the glove box liner, which I guess got ripped out, you know, when they painted the dash in it. Well, the dome light would never work unless it had a dome light in it. So I'm guessing they took door jamb switches out of it and the dome light when they painted inside the cab in here. As you can see, didn't make it back. So the driver's side, they took the switch off, didn't even send around here or anything. It's all kind of funky. Got a little red stingy nest up there. Looks like they've done some body work on the bottom of the dash. And alright, digging a little deeper here. Naked wire. Dimmer switch ain't mounted. naked wire. You know, up here at the fuse box, got stuff shoved under fuses. One of them happens to be another naked wire. But one thing I noticed yesterday when I was under here, if you look at our brake light switch right there, wires were twisted together. And that stood out to me that it needed to be fixed. So that's what I'm going to fix next. And I guess I'll jump into whatever we got going on here. That truck's got a awesome looking seat in it. Pretty cool color carpet for the seat color. Got old Granny Gear 4-speed and her transfer case. So, but let's get some of that good body work going on over here. I guess the parking brake bracket broke off and done something with the dash there. So definitely gonna have to have a parking brake assembly. That's even if there's anything if you can even mount anything to this anymore. Don't feel too good. Yep. So yeah, it don't end. Typical old car stuff. Probably the rest of it's a bunch of hack repairs from over the years. I don't think the total under dash is to blame with the body shop, but the stuff being cut and botched back together on the outside of it, yeah. So let me get under the dash, fix that brake light switch, decide what I can pull out of that fuse box that may or may not be hot, and then I'll be back. Well, a little while later, I got a brake light switch fixed, and a bunch of that old hacked up stuff coming out of the fuse box out of there. Got his dimmer switch back mounted. You know, and the carpet trimmed clear stuff it's supposed to. This goes up to the gauge cluster up here. Lights up where it says lights and wiper washers. So that's going to have to be hooked back up, but the cluster's going to have to come back out. But the important thing is, I think all the dangerous wiring stuff is addressed at this point. I think I've got all the wiring issues addressed that are dangerous. There's still some not pretty stuff here and there, and we're not working on making this a show truck. Problem is, it'll never be one because of, you know, stuff like that in the background behind me. But it can be a decent old truck. It's got good bones and it's got some promise. As I said through this video, try to do better, guys. Let's put some effort into your stuff. Always try to improve your work, and in the end, it'd end up making somebody a nice vehicle that they can be proud of. So, as usual, doing what I do is fixing other people's messes, and that's what I continue to do. I wish it was not that way, and I wish that I didn't have to do such things, and I could just, you know, like everybody else, go in and just fix things, and, you know, simple, straightforward. So, like I said, if you like these kind of videos, make sure you hit that like button, share it with your friends, and most importantly, if you're a new viewer, hit that subscribe button because it does help the channel grow. If you are a subscriber, I appreciate y'all watching. Until the next video, guys, it's going to be it on this 79 F-150. Thanks for watching.